The end of civilization. Coming soon to an America near you.
America can't collapse. We're as powerful as ancient Rome.
Take a look at this.
We're slaves to the system. Close the supermarket and we starve. Cut off the tap, we drink our cat's blood.
Cut off the tap, we drink our cat's blood.
So, Saturn moving into Pisces, 8th of March. We could see a lot of issues emerging around water. Pisces is water, a very sensitive water sign ruled by Neptune, Lord of the Sea. I'm going to talk about water more in a moment, but it also, Pisces rules the blood. It also is connected to the immune system. So we could see issues around those things.
We also face a new threat that the next epidemic has a good chance of originating on a computer screen of a terrorist intent on using genetic engineering to create a synthetic version of the smallpox virus or a contagious and highly deadly strain of flu.
The number 1 in the alphabet is A, and the 9 is I. AI. Now, you would automatically think, what, artificial intelligence, right? That's one way you could think of it. Or you could think of it as avian influenza. Isn't that funny? AI, avian influenza, aka bird flu. Bam, there's your connection. So you got COVID, AI, avian influenza. And now it's like the big connection I just made today. Because I really do think that once this coronavirus is going to like fizzle out, you're going to get hit with another virus. Because they're already preparing for a vaccine for the avian influenza. I'm thinking that they're going to do bird flu again, basically. So you just watch. Once coronavirus drops out, then they're going to hit you with this virus. And then they'll already have the vaccine to save you. I don't know. That's my...
Based on what you've learned from this pandemic, what can we apply to future pandemics, which will surely come down the pike, perhaps more than ever because it's a crowded planet. We've got airplanes which are constantly traversing the world, thousands of them every day, which are little tiny petri dishes intermingling continents.
Yeah, I think we have to recognize, I've always said that I think the COVID pandemic was a wake-up call. I don't believe it's the great pandemic. I believe the great pandemic is still in the future, and that's going to be a bird flu pandemic for man. It's going to have significant mortality in the 10 to 50% range. It's going to be trouble.
For the first time since foul play was declared a global pandemic last year, 45 million people have been infected across the globe, with more than 3.5 million killed by the virus.
Foul play.
Now, how serious is this monkey flu? Not serious at all, because it's not true. See, the government likes to covertly test the emergency response system every once in a while to see how people mobilize, the authorities respond, and the public reacts.
Wait a minute, so this is just a drill?
Exactly. They do it all the time. You remember H1N1?
Yeah.
A drill. Remember SARS? Yeah. A drill. Y'all remember the bird flu? Was a drill too? No, that one was true. Don't mess with them birds.
Mom said the avian flu was already one of the world's deadliest viruses. In the third wave, the others modified it, made it unstoppable, and the birds spread it across the planet.
In the former United States, civil war continues to devastate the Midwest.
Scientists attribute this latest water shortage to the lack of rainfall the last 2 years. Ministry officials expect water coupon prices to rise.
Police have arrested 9 suspects.
Can you believe this shit?
Importing avian flu
Going on all summer.
Outside the quarantine zone, a new airborne pathogen has killed 27 people.
It is not too crazy to think that an outbreak of a novel avian virus could occur in China somewhere. An entity of excitement.
An entity of excitement.
Pisces, because of that slight shadow side of I'm the victim, there can be, with Saturn, that kind of paranoia or mental health issues coming into play, and also almost a sense of, do we know what our reality is? Because Pisces can be the illusion. You know, the film set, the movie.
I still like the flash flood idea. Where are you going to get the water?
You've had about 2 inches of rain in the last 16 months.
We can do a survey of dams and reservoirs in the areas and tell them what's going to burst. And besides that, there's not enough water in those reservoirs. Wait. Contaminated water. Affects people, crop, animal, disease.
Yeah, epidemic. A plague epidemic.
What kind of disease?
Plague epidemic.
Nobody's going to believe a plague in this day and age. Anthrax. Ranching country.
Yes.
There are a lot of sheep up on those hills.
Wait a minute, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Would create a panic.
But it may not evacuate everybody. There's always some joker who thinks he's immune. What I need is something so scary it'll clear 300 square miles of every living Christian soul.
Good evening. At the top of the news tonight, a rail disaster. At Devil's Tower, Wyoming, a train loaded with a dangerous chemical gas went off the rails and has forced the widest area evacuation in the history of these controversial Army rail shipments.
How far do you have to move this boxcar off the track so that the other train doesn't smash it? Quickly, Brad. There are thousands of lives at stake. Brad, any answer?
Let's watch a sitcom or something.
No! They're calling it the airborne toxic event.
We won't come this way.
Will we have to leave our home?
Of course not.
How do you know?
I just know.
Okay, what if it's dangerous?
Evacuate all places of residence.
We have a situation.
A little bit, as I was saying a moment ago, there's this sense of disillusionment, Pisces, loss of trust in top-down structures, traditional structures, Saturn.
What do you want people to know about these kinds of chemical disasters and how real these health effects can be?
We're not overreacting.
I think there will be an increasing distrust of the old systems, and whether those systems are political, medical, financial, legal, educational, I think it's right across the board.
We have a deep systemic problem here.
The move towards the earth, the move towards nature.
Especially with our environmental issues, how we treat our land and our air and our water. And we've got this idea that if we just continue to kick the can down the line and ignore what many of these issues are, which is antiquated and failing infrastructure, antiquated and outdated policies, and not address it, we're just going to get further and further into trouble. This is real. This is happening. I've never experienced in my 30 years a situation like this Ohio trail derailment. We are going to watch this unfold, this environmental disaster in real time. Live real time. And this isn't the first time it's happened. It has happened over and over again. And if we don't pivot and change our infrastructures, antiquated systems, and start protecting the environment, we're at a fork in the road. We're going to head the wrong way, and you can expect many more of these disasters.
2023, it will really be a watershed year. It will be a much faster moving year. At times it is going to be chaotic.
It is going to be chaotic.
Because of the breakdowns in the old systems we're going to have.
USA, Alcid Sphincter of Arcerica. I mean, what else can you say? It was a country that had everything, absolutely everything. And now, 20 years later, is what? The world's biggest leper colony. Why? Godlessness. Let me say that again. Godlessness. It wasn't the war they started. It wasn't the plague they created. It was judgment. No one escapes their past. No one escapes judgment.